government. Some of the issues are very simple, others are very, very complicated. But here in Orange County, we are innovating by taking a simple issue and making it complicated. Let's go.
Orange County Commissioners approved revisions to the Adult Entertainment Ordinance aiming to expedite reopening of suspended businesses. Yet, they rejected a settlement from the property owner of a former strip club. Mayor Demings warned of potential costly liabilities if the property owner's lawsuit succeeds, stemming from human trafficking charges against the club's operators. The property owner sued the county for alleged damages and claimed the ordinance was unconstitutional. Let's jump into this.
So what were they actually doing? Well, you have this strip club, and the operators they're going to jail because there was a 15-year-old working in the club as amid other charges. So the place has been shut down for a little while now.
Mm-hmm.
But those people running the businesses, those ones that committed all those crimes, were not the people who owned the land it was on.
That's correct.
And what has been alleged, and what seems to be true, is that the county did not notify the property owners. Now, why it took the property owners so long to figure this out is a little strange, but I guess is why we have notifications. But they were not notified that this business that they had owned but weren't involved with has been shut down. And so now, basically, they come to the county and say, we have been unable to restart this business or convert it into something different, or even just keep it as it is because you didn't send us a notification. So they said, all right, we'll settle this. How about that? We'll pay us some of the lost damages. Everybody makes mistakes, but the county did not see it that way. Again, when I said this is a simple issue, this really is a simple issue. The county forgot to notify somebody after action was taken against a holding of theirs. Small thing. All you have to say is, all right, yeah, we'll pay the damages. Instead, we are instead embarking on a very risky lawsuit.
Right.
And let's dive into that lawsuit, David. What would happen? What is this thing that Mayor Demings is alluding to?
So I was watching the county board meeting earlier this week. So today is the 25th. So this was the 23rd, Tuesday of April. And the issue came up, and I'm thinking, okay, it makes sense. The operators of Flash Dancer, the name of the adult entertainment business, they were arrested. They're facing charges. They're on trial, et cetera, for human trafficking, among other things. And Flash Dancer was shut down. However, the owners of the property, Land Trust number 2201 SOBT, were not notified and were not allowed to reopen the business or allow someone else to operate the business, maybe under the same name or a different name. And they sued Orange County because they believe that by revoking the license and they're not able to reinstate the license, they're unable to make income. And as I listened to the attorneys for the county explain this, it was starting to get into a constitutional issue here where the U.S. Supreme Court had an opinion about a situation similar to this. And so I'm thinking, well, if the United States Supreme Court has had an opinion about this already, and the county attorneys are saying, hey, this is a good thing. We're getting out of this. We get a little something out of this. The land trust gets a little bit out of this, and we can get out of this altogether, fairly unscathed. Well, the county commission had other ideas about that,
Fight this thing.
and they wanted to fight it. And one of the commissioners, Nicole Wilson, she's an attorney. She wants to fight this. Commissioner Myra Uribe, who motioned to not settle this. She was the leading charge of not moving forward with this. It's her I'm sorry, it's not her district, but she did state that she grew up in the area. She's very familiar with this area. The commissioner whose district that Flash Dancer this property lies in is Commissioner Mike Scott's, and he pretty much mansplained to the boards like, wait a second, this is something that we have to be very careful and moving forward with if we deny or refuse the settlement. Another thing is Flash Dancer was grandfathered into the new ordinances allowing adult industry establishments or adult entertainment establishments to be in areas that now would not be allowed.
Yeah. So when the club was established, it was perfectly fine to put the club in the zone that it's in.
Mhm.
These days, you cannot. In the modern zoning, that's like a residential type area now, I believe,
Mhm.
and so you couldn't put that there now. And what's at stake exactly? Well, the court opinion that David was talking about, I forgot the exact name of it, but I learned about it in mass communication law of all places, because I guess you got to learn these things. Essentially, it was an issue over zoning, whether or not more aggressive zoning laws violated the First Amendment.
Mhm.
Are you censoring speech and or are you censoring their economic liberties that you get via the 14th Amendment? Are you suppressing those by telling them where they can and cannot have their business? The court said, not really,
Mhm.
because you're not stopping them from doing business in total, but you are strategically placing them in places so that children won't go to them or children won't be, inundated with them. That's
Sure.
because the court deals with minors more carefully, than they do with adults. They're more likely to take liberties on their liberties. Is at some point you have to draw the line somewhere. So what's at stake here is our county. It appears, so far via the arguments, even by the arguments of the attorneys for the county is actively trying to prevent them from doing business wholesale.
Right.
And preventing someone from doing business wholesale, that was alluded to in the court that is a violation
Yes.
of their civil liberties. So the question, what would be at stake is our zoning laws.
Correct.
If the intent that the court finds is that Orange County is trying to stop these clubs from operating wholesale, we could lose our zoning or have our zoning heavily modified, meaning they'll go in more neighborhoods than just that one.
That's right.
And that's the stupidity of this whole situation. The county made a very minor mistake. They made a minor mistake, and they had every opportunity to correct it. Their attorney told them how they can amend this, how they can fix this,
Right.
without having to sacrifice anything else. I mean, we don't have to take any of these big risks. Instead, we're taking these kind of big risks. Not to mention
Constitutional.
constitutional risks. I mean, good lord. I mean, that's a high level risk. Not to mention our money.
Right.
Who's paying for these lawsuits?
It's correct.
People like me and David. People like you maybe.
Right.
We're paying for this. This isn't some dispute between rich folk. These are taxpayer dollars that if we lose, we will probably lose.
Exactly.
We are paying for this crap. We could have paid less. We could have paid less had we settled, and maybe we'll pay zero because we somehow managed to pull that off.
Right.
But again, taking a simple issue and making it big, making a mountain out of a molehill,
Mhm.
and I see very much a publicity stunt by some of these commissioners because they, by all means, like they should know. But I think they're trying to appear as hardliners, like. We're gonna fight obscenity in our community. We're gonna
Moral
we're gonna
police.
stick it to them. We're gonna we're gonna fight for upright morality and such and
Right.
such and such. so they're like trying to like paint these guys, these nightclub owners as these bad dudes, and we got to fight them. When the reality was, these landowners who weren't even that involved with the business to begin with,
Hmm.
you know, Orange County made a mistake.
When I watched this and this part of the BCC, I was amazed that it was going in the direction that it was. And I was hoping and praying that the vote would be to move forward with the settlement and just move on from this because the county attorney's basis for approving the settlement sound constitutionally correct. And now we're having another meeting upon meetings, and I don't think this is a good use of time or resources.
We haven't wasted enough county resources. I mean, how long has it been since we approved all that new funding for convention center? How long has it been?
Yikes!
It's been a little while since we wasted our time and money.
Yikes!
It's about
Yikes!
time we did it again.
There were some victories in the last BCC meeting, and but this one not so much a victory for the people. Let's see how the Orange County Commissioners resolve this one.
Yeah, let's hope they de-escalate the situation, and I personally hope they de-escalate the situation and stop trying to, put on this tough man persona, and just respect the law as it is. Respect
Right.
the fact that everybody makes mistakes, even them. They make mistakes, and that's fine. Let's not put so much at risk.
Right. And
Responsibility.
if you think you're a tough guy, let us know. Comment. Let us know what you think is going on here. I believe the Wesh article that we referenced for this particular episode doesn't really go into the nitty gritty of what happened at the BCC. However, the hearing is available on Orange TV. It's available from the controller's office. Check it out yourselves. Let us know. We'll love to hear what you have to say, and please comment in the comment section. And we will really love if you share this with those politicos, family members, friends that you think will benefit from this type of content. Like, share, and of course, subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, thank you very much. This has been You Can't Make This Shit Up, and we are out.